Hi guys, today I will be sharing how to make custard buns. This is what it will look like if you follow the recipe and the procedure that I will share with you today. For the ingredients, we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 45 grams of unsalted butter, 3 egg yolks, 3.5 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch or corn flour, 2 tablespoons of plain flour, 100 ml of milk, 100 ml of cream. If you don't have cream, you can just use fresh milk. So in a pot, combine all the ingredients except for the vanilla. So that's the butter, then the egg yolks, the fresh milk, the cream, sugar, plain flour, cornstarch or corn flour, so give this a mix as best as you can. And now we're going to put this on top of a stove. So use low to medium heat for this. Once the butter is all dissolved, we can now add in the vanilla. And at this point, we're just going to stir this continuously until it thickens up. And this is now ready. The custard is pulling away from the pan. This is what we need. Now we're gonna take this out of the heat, and then we're going to transfer this into a heat-proof bowl. Cover this with cling wrap. Make sure that the cling wrap is touching the surface of the custard. And then put this in the fridge. Now for the bread dough, we need 3.5 cups of bread flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon of sugar, 8 grams or 2 and 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, 60 grams of butter, 2/3 cup of lukewarm water, 2/3 cup of fresh milk. So to begin, add 1 tablespoon of sugar into the warm water. To this, we're going to add the yeast as well. And then we will set this aside for about 5 minutes. So in a bowl, combine the milk, butter, and the yeast mixture. Make sure that all the wet ingredients is at room temperature. Add the sugar, and then the 3.5 cups of bread flour. Add the salt, and then we're going to knead this for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the dough is smooth and elastic. Sometimes the dough might need a little bit more liquid when you find that the dough is too hard and dry. My dough requires a little bit more liquid, so I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of milk just to soften the dough and make it a little bit more smooth because it's too dry at this point. So once you get the right consistency, beat the dough or knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. Just like this. The dough is now smooth and elastic. Form this into a ball. In a bowl, add about a tablespoon of oil and then roll the dough into the oil. And then cover this with cling wrap and let it rise in a warm spot for about an hour or until it doubles in size. This is now the custard filling. We're just going to divide this. What I'd like to do is to put this in a cling wrap and then form this into a log. Once you're happy with the thickness, pre-cut the dough. I'm not exactly sure how much I'll need since I haven't divided the dough yet. So I'll just pre-divide this, form it into a ball, and then set this aside. And this is what the dough looks like after an hour of resting. Now I'm going to divide this dough about 45 grams each. Now once you divide the dough, just roll them into a ball just like this. All in all, this is about 23 pieces. So now I'm going to cut the custard filling into half again. My hands are clean, by the way. So now we're going to put the filling inside of the dough. So just make a hole in the middle of the dough. Then put the filling inside. Enclose the filling with the dough. Cup this in your palm and then press it against your work surface to create the ball. Just like this. With the doughs that are not being used yet, just put them into a bowl, cover with cling wrap so it doesn't dry out. Let me show you some more. Make sure that you're not flattening the dough in the middle too thinly, so the filling will not ooze out on top. Now the dough's been filled with the custard filling, we're going to put this in a baking tray. And then we're going to let this rest for about 30 to 45 minutes. Cover with cling wrap so it doesn't dry out. Now I've got one egg here that I will beat vigorously. This is about 30 minutes. I will brush the top with the egg wash. And then this is optional, sprinkle a little bit of sesame seed on top. And we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the top is slightly golden brown, just like this. Let it cool down. And this is the finished product. This is really good. I can guarantee that you're going to love this. It's good for breakfast, snacks, and dessert as well. And just to show you what it looks like inside, this stays soft even after 3 days. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!